Hi, I'm Wire. Welcome to Wireworks. Hey everybody, Wire here. As promised, we're going to work on this pilot radio. I did get a new Variac. The other one I had blew out, and basically it's a Variac I got from, it was one of them Chinese knockoffs, the other one, so I think it would have cost me more money to fix it than just go out and buy another one. They're not calibrated too well, but I've got it calibrated to work the way it should, the way I want it to anyway. Anyway, this is the pilot radio. We're going to work on this chassis, see if we can get it going. It looks like somebody's been in here before. There's some things that just don't look right to me, but we're going to go through. First of all, we're going to see if we can get this powered up, and second, we'll start. We'll start tracing everything and see what needs to be fixed. We're going to probably do the whole. We're probably going to replace all the circuitry, all the capacitors and resistors. It's not that many, so I figured I might as well just go the whole route just to get this working. The biggest concern I have with this is the speaker. I'm not too keen on how these electric magnetic speakers work. I just don't know. So hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. If it is, I'm going to have to do a little bit more homework on them to see how we can get this working. If any of you guys out there know what I need to do to get this working, or how to put a regular magnet, a newer speaker with a magnet in it without using the electromagnet in here, I really would appreciate some advice. Anyway, let's get to this and see what goes on. Anyway, this is Wireworks. Let me get everything set up and we'll go from there. Okay, everybody, we're back. I got this hooked up to the Variac. So what we're going to do is we'll turn this on. Turn the Variac on. Let's go up to 50 volts for a little bit. As you can see, I wear rubber gloves. I've gotten bit before, and I learned my lesson that time. Not to fool with radios with hot chassis. Okay. We're at 50 volts and getting a little bit of, let's go up to about 75. Okay. Okay, I don't see any lights. I don't see any of the filaments heating up in the tubes. But the pilot light is on. Let's go up to about 90 volts. Still nothing. Let's go up to 115. Still nothing. I wonder if I have to hook it in a long wire up to this. Okay, I'm getting something out of the speaker here. So let me hook a long wire antenna up here and see if we can get something going here. But I am getting some noise out of the speaker, so that tells me the speaker's working anyway. Probably something going on. Like I said, this thing is 1947. You guys do the math. I'll be right back. Let me get our antenna going on up here, and we'll go from there. This is Wired Wireworks. Okay, we're back. I've got about probably a 10-foot wire running across the patio roof here, or ceiling. So let's give us another shot. And like I said, the tubes we tested the last time were kind of okay. They should still work. I am getting something out of the speaker, so that tells me the audio end is working. So we might have a few things open. So what we're going to do now is probably try to trace this with the signal tracer and see where we're going. So let me get this all set up for my signal tracer. I'll set that up, and we'll take it from here. This is Wired Wireworks. We'll be right back. Alright, this is Wire. I'm back. This is my signal tracer. It's an ICO 147. I thought it was the A series, but obviously it's not the A series. Okay, cool. Alright. Anyway, it does what I needed to do. I restored this a couple years ago. I basically use it just for tracing and for a test speaker for amplifier. It's got trace amplifier here. You can also use it for RF audio, for noise, and a watt meter. The noise and watt meter I don't use. All this end right here I don't use. That's for adding voltage to your B plus side. I don't even fool with that. Yeah, because that will bite you. That's a couple hundred volts out of that. And once in a while I might hook up my VTM or my scope to this as well. But basically it's for signal tracing. I also I look around on the web for probes, and they want more money for probes than what I paid for this thing, for this signal tracer. Now these probes I made myself. This is a straight inline audio probe for the audio section of your radio or whatever. This basically gets plugged in there when you're tracing the audio part of your equipment. And now this here is my RF probe I built. It has a 1N34 diode in series with a 470k ohm resistor. And it's shielded. This is made out of a copper pipe. You might be able to see that. And I've got a bolt here that I've made into a point. This is for the RF section of your system that you're testing. Anyway, let me get this set up, and we'll start tracing this signal. Okay, everybody, we're back. We're all set up. What we're going to do is start testing and see where we can get a signal. We're going to start at the converter. We'll start at the anode on the converter and work our way up. And wherever we don't get a signal is probably where we're having the problem. So let's turn this on. As you can hear, you can probably hear that. Okay, we want to go to the converter, pin 3, 1, 2, 3. Might help if we ground it. Okay, now let's go to the cathode, which is pin 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we can get to this. We ain't getting nothing there neither. Okay, let's go to next. SK7, 12 SK7, which is the first IF amp, which is up here. I'll go to pin 8, which is this one. And pin K, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what, maybe we'll start again. 1, 2, 3. What I'm going to try to do is put a jumper on this because I'm going to have to play around with this. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Lost the connection. We ain't getting anything here. Now, if we're not getting it at the converter, we're not getting it anywhere else. I can tell you that right now. We can play with this all day long. Let's try the detector. Detector is 12 SK7, or I'm sorry, 12 SQ7, which is right here in the middle here. And the anode is number 6. Let me set this up a little bit better for you. Okay. Cathode is 3. Well, I can see we're not getting anywhere quick. So we're not getting anything at the converter. So something ain't right. But that's because I have the power all the way down, so my mistake. Let's try this again. Let's see. I am getting something from the speaker. This keeps coming off. Alright, let's try a detector again. A6. A6. Okay, we're getting nowhere quick. I'm not getting a signal anywhere. So, let's try. Okay, we're not getting anything, so what we're going to have to do is start replacing some parts. I'm going to start with the the converter end, and we'll work our way up from that. So thing is beat from the start. From the RF end is not working. So the radio's getting power. The audio works. So let's start soldering, guys. Okay, let me get this all set up and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Before we start soldering and taking stuff out of here, I'm gonna try one more thing. I've got a new converter tube here. I believe that's the one. Being since we trace it and we couldn't get a signal at the converter end of this, I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to put this in here and we're going to try this first, because I want to get some kind of signal going on this thing. So let's try this first before we start taking everything apart here. Let me throw on my rubber gloves because I don't like getting hit with electricity. Yeah. Let's turn this on. Turn the radio on. Turn this up. You're going to hear that. We are getting something. I'm getting a little something. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. We got a little something here. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I do have a channel in.
Except refugee. It doesn't matter whether you're in federal government, state government.
We got it working, so it was that too. But we're gonna start putting stuff in it anyway, redoing it. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy that the speaker, electromagnetic speaker, is working. So let's start replacing some of these parts and get this thing going. This is Wired Wire Works. Okay, everybody, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start working on taking all these components out and replacing them. And like I said, we're going to replace everything, even the resistors. And I'm probably going to wind up redoing these mica capacitors too. What the hell? I mean, we'll give it a shot. That'd probably be my last move. And also, I have to tell you, I don't know if I told you before, the dial string on this thing is broke. So, and believe it or not, it looks like this is a tough one to get fixed, to replace. But let's start on these. Let's start taking some of these capacitors out and replace them. And also, we're going to replace the line cord. Get that out of the way. I have new lock cord. Excuse me, I've been busy all day with calls. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's get rolling here. My phone's been blowing off the hook today. That's a good thing, I guess. Okay, this is a 0.1 microfarad capacitor. So let's look for that. I believe these are 0.1s right here. Well, we can figure that out in a minute. Nope. Nope, that's not them. 224, 563, 104, and 103. The 104 might be it. Okay, that's this one right here. So let's start. Now, I don't particularly like desoldering terminals from the strips. I like J-hook and everything. That way, if anybody else down the road wants to forward this, they'll know what I did. Plus, the way these things were made years and years ago, I think they used these gigantic soldering irons and they heated this thing up. I mean, you can look, I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a big glob of solder on that, so I'm not going to compromise that solder joint just to tack on another capacitor. To me, it's just not worth it to me. I like to J-hook them. I've always done it that way for 50 years, so it is what it is. I did have some real nice spaghetti tubing, but I don't know what I did with it. It is what it is. I knew I had some pliers around here. don't know if I told you, I've been really busy. My locksmith business is taking off again. I just started advertising again. And I tell you guys, retirement is a joke. You sit around the house and do nothing and you get sick. I sat around, I retired 4 years ago. I sat around for about 3 or 4 months. Never had high blood pressure till I retired. So now I try to stay busy, working, and doing the radios and tools right here for you guys. Okay. Probably going to test all these too, all these old capacitors, and see where the failure is with them. I want to put that capacitor tester that I repaired to work, see what's going on with that. This whole wiring is just, sometimes a little bit tough to solder to. I'm just having a problem with that stuff right now. Let me try a little bit of flux on it. Flux pretty much all cleans the joint that you're soldering to. Alright, let's test the continuity. I like to test the continuity of all my solder joints. That's good. Anyway, let me get some of this done, and I'll bring you guys back, and we'll see the progress of this, because this is going to be a little time consuming, and I don't want to take up too much video space. Like I said, because I'm going to have to check all these resistors anyway before I put new ones in. Anyway, I'll get back with you guys when I get about halfway through with this. This is wired while it works. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I replaced all the capacitors, all the resistors. I did not change the mica capacitors because they were in tolerance and they seem to be okay. So it didn't make any sense to change them. I did take out all these. These are all the capacitors that came with it, what came out of it, electrolytic. What we're going to do is, after we get done this project here, at the end, we'll test all these capacitors and see if they were leaky or whatever, and we'll go from there. So what I want to do now is we'll put the cover back on this, on the bottom, and get the tubes back in, and we'll fire this up and see if it's any better, or it might blow up. Who knows? Anyway, guys, give me about 2 or 3 minutes, and let me get this together, and we'll fire this up again. This is Wired Wireworks. Okay, guys, I got everything plugged up. Let's turn the Variac on.
Against President Trump, ready to be sent to the Senate. Fox's Jared Halpern on Capitol Hill.
Speaker Pelosi has signed a resolution officially notifying the Senate of 2 articles of impeachment.
Sounds good. Only getting one station, it seems like.
Yeah. No one is above me.
Trial arguments will begin Tuesday.
Get a couple stations. I think what we're going to have to do is align it
Saturday's going to agree to buy
and see if we can get some more stations in.
U.S. goods over the next 2 years.
Let's try it. Shortwave, I doubt if we get anything on shortwave. That's static.
Now to get from 28,000 to 9,000, and this is now the third record close for the index this year. The S&P and NASDAQ higher as well, getting us.
Well, I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. I think we're going to have to align it, and I'm going to have to get the dial string restrung, and probably have to get a couple tubes, because some of these tubes are really bad. So I think a lot of our problem is tubes here. So what we're going to do in the meantime, I'm going to try to get some tubes, some new tubes. I got a couple of them, but I'm probably going to have to order 1 or 2 more. So we're not done this yet. The next video, we're going to align it and do the dial string, and maybe work on the cabinet a little bit. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, by the way, I started this at 12 o'clock. It's 6:30 now. It took me quite a bit of the afternoon to do this. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys the next time, man. This is Wired Wireworks. God bless y'all. Have a good one. See ya.